Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the very first Sun and Moon Wi-Fi Battle on my channel. This is a pre-bank OU match I had against my good buddy Bluezy. By the way, links will be down below in the description to Bluezy as well. Make sure to go check his stuff out. But this is just a fun match I had. I had a pretty memey team. I was asking around on Twitter and Bluezy responded, so I figured let's do a Wi-Fi battle. And while I was doing it, I was like, why not record this and put this up on the channel? Right? So, let me know if you guys want to see some more Wi-Fi battles. Leave a comment below saying you want to do this, or if you want me to do live comms, I have the capability to do that. So if you prefer post comms, live comms, whatever, I might do some more stuff. I might build some more teams. And since I've battled, Pokebank has now become live, which is awesome. So now I can use Pokebank OU teams, which is a lot more liberating. So you're going to see some memes from me in the future, no doubt. But let's get into this this really fun Wi-Fi battle that I had against Bluezy real quick. My team's pretty memey. I've got a banded Celesteela because everyone expects it to be bulky, and then you just like go with, you know, a choice banded Heavy Slam, which is awesome. But my team is basically anti-meta. I've got my Oranguru is Assault Vest to switch into Tapu Leles. Even from a modest choice specs, Tapu Lele cannot two-shot my Oranguru, and I can respond with a pretty damn powerful Shadow Ball on it, and leave it in range from lots of other things, which is nice. My Gigalith is specially defensive, but I also have the Rocky MZ with Continental Crush, Stone Edge, which is cool. Nice and powerful. We've got a Choice Scarf Zergatry, which is, I think, probably the most standard set on the team, which has Volt Switch, T-Bolt, Energy Ball, and HP Ground. Then I have an AV Seeking with Lightning Rod, because everyone forgets that Seeking gets Lightning Rod. Basically, I wanted an electric immunity, and I didn't want to use a Alolan Marowak, because that's just like way too standard for me, so I went with Seeking because fun. And it's also kind of the surprise factor, because a lot of people forget that it gets Lightning Rod, so they'll try to go for an electric move and they'll be like, oh yeah, that's a thing that exists. It's also Assault Vest because, you know, it's mainly to switch into Tapu Koko, essentially, was what it was for. And lastly on the team we got Stoutland, which is obviously just a Sand Rush one, Life Orb, Return, Crunch. Because this is pre-bank, I couldn't have Superpower, which is what I wanted originally, so I've gone with Return, Crunch, Psychic Fangs, and Fire Fang. Right, yeah, that's my set. I originally wanted Superpower on there, but I could not over Psychic Fangs, but Psychic Fangs is pretty memey, so why not, right? And Bluezy has brought to this game some fun things also. We got the Shinotic, we got Alolan Golem, we got Crabominable, Flygon, Silvally, and the Araquanid. So, without further ado, let's get right into this match, ladies and gentlemen, and let's see how things go. So, I'm going to lead with my Celesteela, because I want him, it has a fairly decent matchup against most of the stuff on his team, and I want him to think that I'm kind of like a bulky one. I want to try and get up some seeds or something like that on turn 1. So I'm just going to leave myself here and see what happens. And he leads with the Shinotic, which is just perfect. Now I was thinking like he could have been Sash potential or something like that. But I'm just going to go straight for a Heavy Slam because he doesn't really have a good switch into it. So I'm just going to go straight for the Heavy Slam. Celesteela coming in with its big ass body and bop. See you later, Shinotic. Turn 1. Bye-bye. I'm not 100% sure why he stayed in there. Maybe he was thinking that I was going to be bulky and, you know, try and like set up something. I don't know. But Heavy Slam just takes it out. Now in comes the Silvally. And in-game, the thing pops up on the screen when you're actually battling it. It tells me Silvally was Steel-type, so I know this is Steel-type Silvally. But I'm just going to stay in, even though I'm locked in to Heavy Slam. It's resisted, I don't care. I'm at +1. I'm really goddamn heavy because I'm a Celesteela, and that does so much damage, and I knew Silvally could not knock me out with one hit. So now he's going to switch out his Silvally here, but I'm going to switch out also because I do not want to lose my Celesteela at this point. Now I'm going to switch out as he brings in his Araquanid. I'm going to bring in my Seeking. Now I don't really have a good switch into this Araquanid here, so I'm actually just going to stay in and go for a Poison Jab. Kind of hoping for the poison, honestly, because I don't really have much else to do at this point. And he's going to go for the Liquidation. This calc really confused me because the calc said to me that that wasn't Water Bubble, that was Water Absorb, and I was like, what? It was very confusing. So I was like, it's whatever. And I'm going to get the poison on my second Poison Jab, which is sweet. In comes the Leech Life, and Seeking, being an absolute monster, lives that like a champ, and I'm going to be able to fire off more poison jabs against him, essentially. Now, he's going to be taking a bit more poison damage, which is awesome. Always good to try and weigh this guy down. Now, he's actually going to switch out this turn and gone out into his Silvally. I went for a Mega Horn this turn because I'd already got a poison on that guy, and Mega Horn's more powerful. And he's going to switch in his Silvally, still going to resist this, and, you know, it's going to not do much. Now, at this point, he's going to go for the Stab Flash Cannon with his Silvally. But because of my bulk investment and because of my Assault Vest, Seeking the Absolute Monster lives that on 2 HP, and I'm going to be able to get off a Waterfall and take out this Silvally, which is sweet. That's pretty damn awesome, if I say so myself. But now he's going to bring in the Flygon, and I don't really want him setting up for free, so I'm actually going to go for the Waterfall here. But he's actually just going to take me out with a Dragon Claw. So Flygon picking up a kill there, my Seeking goes down. I'm okay with that. Seeking wasn't going to be doing too much in this game anyway, if I'm honest, so I'm okay with that. But I'm going to bring in my Celesteela at this point. If he's like Scarfed or whatever, I want to know about it. Plus, I don't think he can really touch me too much. If he has Flamethrower, Fire Blast, whatever, he might be able to do some damage, but I'm okay if he has that, because that means he's mixed, and that's fine by me. So I'm just going to go straight for the Heavy Slam, because it's almost always the best move to click. He's going to bring in his Alolan Golem. I was so close to clicking Earthquake on that turn, because I knew that I had a feeling that that Golem was going to be switching in, but I didn't, because I don't have the balls to do it. But now I'm going to go for another Heavy Slam. It's not going to take him out. The Double Edge is going to come in with that Galvanize, and it's going to be taking out my Celesteela, which is a bit unfortunate, because Celesteela could have done some nice work against the likes of the Crabominable, but it's going to take out the Alolan Golem in the process due to its own recoil, which I'm fine with. Now I'm going to bring in the Gigalith, because I really wasn't sure what you wanted to bring in at this point, but I knew I wanted to get up the sand at some point, because I have a Stoutland in the back, and Stoutland was looking really, really good at this point. So I am going to get up that sand, and now if this is a max attack Adamant Araquanid with Water Bubble, the Liquidation here has a 25% chance to knock out my Gigalith, and he gets the roll, unfortunately. I was going for the Continental Crush there, partially for memes and partially because I didn't want to miss a Stone Edge. So I was going to go for the Continental Crush, but he manages to get that 25% chance roll and knock out my Gigalith, which is a bit unfortunate, but it means I can bring in my Stoutland. And it was at this point I realised I didn't have Max Happiness. Again, I've done it again, where I did not put Max Happiness on something with Return, and now I can't knock out this Araquanid with a Crunch, unfortunately. Return would have easily taken it out from there, but the Crunch does not. He comes in with the Liquidation. We do live it though, which is awesome. And he's actually going to go down to the combination of Sandstorm plus Poison, which is cool, but I've taken a lot of damage on my Stoutland that I did not want to be taking. Now he is going to bring in his Crabominable here, and I'm going to opt to go for the Psychic Fangs. It's the best move I have to hit this Crabominable here. And it's going to do a lot of damage. Nearly taking out that Crabominable there. It was not a roll to kill him. He was guaranteed to live that. Well, I think a max roll was something like 95% or something like that. And he's going to be able to take out my Stoutland with a Crunch here. Now, this was really dumb. He's going to take some Sandstorm damage. Now I'm going to pause it here. As you can see on the screen, I've elected to bring in my Oranguru at this point. Because he has his Crabominable and his Flygon left. I'm acutely aware that that Flygon might have Dragon Dance, which is why I wanted to kind of keep Stoutland around, but I didn't really have a switch into this Crabominable. Plus, I'd be wasting turns with the sand and I wouldn't get another chance to bring in the Stoutland again. So I basically didn't want that Flygon setting up, because my Scarf Zergatry will outspeed him, but if he gets to +1, then Zergatry will not outspeed him, and he can just bop it with an Earthquake. So my play here is to go into Zergatry, knock this guy out with an Energy Ball, get the Beast Boost into my special attack, and do a huge amount of damage to the Flygon with the +1 Energy Ball. It wouldn't have taken him out unless I crit him, but it would have done a huge amount of damage. And even if he had gone for a Dragon Dance that turn, then he would have been able to knock out my Zergatry with an Earthquake, and then it would have been down to Oranguru to take a +1 Earthquake from Flygon and knock it out with his Psychic. But I didn't do that because I'm really, really dumb at this game, so I'm going to bring in Oranguru now, and I'm going to knock out this Crabominable with a Psychic. But what it means is that the Flygon can come in, and if it has Dragon Dance, it can go for it. Because of my spread on this Oranguru, you're going to see I have a 60% chance to 2-hit KO this Flygon. So if I get the rolls and he goes for a Dragon Dance, I'm going to be able to knock him out, if I can live a +1 Earthquake from him. So he is going to reveal the Dragon Dance at this point, and I'm going to go for the Psychic. Now, if I get the rolls here, I can 2-shot him, and if I can take an Earthquake, then I'm going to be able to win this game. But I'm going to come in with the Psychic right now, and we can see I get the lowest of low rolls. That is some bullshit right there. And he's going to come in with the +1 Earthquake. Can we take it? Yes, we can. We can take that +1 Earthquake, but because of the incredible low roll on the first turn, I'm not going to be able to knock him out with the second one, and he's going to be able to clean up my Oranguru and my Zergatry with 2 Earthquakes, and that is going to be the game right there. I was pretty salty about a couple of things in this game. Not putting Max Happiness on my Stoutland was a bit annoying, but I don't think it impacted the game too much, because I would have been able to knock out the thingy-me-bob with the whatchamacallit, the Crabominable. No, I wouldn't. That's the one thing I wouldn't be able to knock out. I wouldn't be able to knock out the Araquanid with a return and not take so much damage on it, but the Crabominable would have been able to knock me out with a fighting move regardless. So I don't think that impacted it too much, because Psychic Fang still does more than a max invested return anyway. So I don't think that impacted the match too much. That was just a little bit of salt on my part for not doing that right. I was a little bit salty at him getting the 25% roll on the Araquanid on the Gigalith. But again, I don't know if that mattered too much, because honestly, all it would have done was Flygon could have come in and set up against the Gigalith pretty much for free at that point. So that would have been good. The best thing I could have done against the Flygon was actually Toxic it, which probably wouldn't have helped that much, because in a couple of turns he could have just swept my whole team basically. There was another potential player could have made as well with the Oranguru. Instead of knocking out the Crabominable with Psychic, I did actually have Future Sight. So if I'd have gone for the Future Sight, I could have, and he would have potentially knocked out my Oranguru. I could have then gone for an Energy Ball with my Zergatry against the Crabominable, got to +1. He could have brought in the Flygon, Energy Ball plus Future Sight would have taken him out, and that could have won me the game as well. So there were lots of ways for me to win that game, but because I'm terrible, I just didn't. So, classic me not picking the route for me to win. But that's going to be it for my very first Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle on this channel. If you guys want to see more of these Wi-Fi battles, make sure to leave a like on the video. It lets me know that you guys are enjoying these videos. Leave a comment with anything you want to suggest. If you think you want me to do live comms, or you want me to change up some things in these Wi-Fi battles, you got any, mons you want to see me use or things like that, make sure to leave a comment below, and I will do my best to respond to that. But one final thank you to you all for watching. That is very close to Shroom River's outro, and I'm not trying to steal that one. But thank you guys for watching this video. Leave a like if you did enjoy, and you can, of course, subscribe for more content, and hopefully I will see you guys sometime soon. Toodaloo.